Hey guys, what's going on? Pride London here. You guys know what to do. As always, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Today we're going to be talking about 3 different stories, and the last one is my favourite, so make sure you stick around till the end to watch more. Now the first article, as usual, we're talking about a very big player and transfer in general. It's Jadon Sancho. In this article, what Chelsea manager Frank Lampard told Roman Abramovich about Jadon Sancho transfer. And down here you can see Chelsea manager Frank Lampard issued a special request to Abramovich about Jadon Sancho. We're battling Manchester United for the Dortmund kid, and he's valued at 120 million by the Bundesliga title hopefuls. Basically, so if we move further down into this article, you can see here, it basically goes on to say that, he's from City, could be going to United, grew up supporting Chelsea, but the connection is unlikely to swap his decision. However, because he is reluctant to join the Blues, is what we're hearing now. The 20-year-old stance will greatly frustrate Lampard, whose sport claim asked Abramovich to prioritise a move for Sancho in the next transfer window. So it seems like Frank knows the deal. He knows that we need/want Jadon Sancho. The issue is that apparently he's not too keen on coming here. Now, I don't know how much I believe this. Like in my last video I said, you're going to hear a lot of stories about it. It's up to you to interpret it and believe it how you want. But why would he not want to come to Chelsea? At the moment, we're the better club. We've got the better future. We've got a lot of his mates involved. We can pay him, I'm assuming, roughly what United are offering, unless they're offering some crazy wages, which if he is wanting, like it says in this article, about 400 grand a week, then yeah, no thanks, because all of our youngsters are going to want a wage rise then. So I'm not up for that at all. If he wants 400 grand a week, then I guess we just leave him go, because we've got other talent that we're bringing in anyway. It sounds very strange to be hearing that Sancho doesn't want to come to Chelsea, even though that's the club that he loves, And I know that's not a defining factor in where you go for your career, but there's so many more reasons to be coming to Chelsea in my eyes. I know I'm obviously biased, but trying to look at it in a neutral perspective, I still think there's so many more reasons to come to Chelsea than there are United. United are a head downward club. Chelsea, we had a transfer ban, so we dipped like a slight bit. We're still even performing really well with a new manager, an entirely new squad essentially, full of youngsters. It's insane how well we're doing. I don't know why he would want to go there. I guess it's because maybe there's winger competition here, but if he doesn't want competition, then what's he doing in football? Because, you want to play with the best and against the best to improve yourself. So it's an odd one to think about. So moving on to the next story, which I think is quite a weird one and one I'm not up for at all, but Chelsea are leading the race to land a championship starlet, and as you can see down here, his name is Nathan Collins. Now if you look up information about him, his Who Scored page has no data at all. His transfer market page says that he's worth about £810,000, so not even a mil, so very cheap. He's currently at Stoke. So we don't know much about him. He made 12 appearances in the league over the last 18 months. If anyone has some information on this guy, on whether he's actually a really good player or not, feel free to let me know. But I find it kind of strange. Is this the level we're really going for? Sure, just because he's in the championship doesn't mean that he's automatically not a good player, but does he have that, we were looking at Umtiti and Upamecano, and now we're dropping to championship level Nathan Collins. It just seems such a weird transfer to be hearing coming out. Sort of good news, by the way, before I get into that, Chelsea have shown strong interest in the teenager, and they're considering an offer when the transfer window opens in the coming months. So that's basically where we sit on it. Apparently Arsenal and United are after him as well, so that's a bit strange. Apparently we're closest to making the offer as well, but Stoke are in commanding position as a defender signed a new deal to stay there until 2024. So I'm hoping that because of that, they're not going to be letting him go, because I do not want to see this guy. I don't want him at Chelsea. It sounds really mean, but I think we need a higher level than this, surely. It's a bit of a weird one. And then the last story, like I promised, it's a good one. So if we take a look here, this is about Lautaro Martinez. And obviously Inter Milan are sort of trying to keep him. There's other clubs after him, maybe Barcelona and such. But this article goes on to say that basically Chelsea are in the lead for him, because Chelsea again brought into the picture, with it being reported that they, along with Man City, are willing to pay Martinez more than 10 million per year, which is a lot. And I went through and calculated it. So 10 million divided by 12 months in a year, divided by 4, so every week he'd be making 208,000 euros. If we convert that to pounds, about £180,000 a year. That's what the sort of wage this guy would be on. So that is a lot. Obviously, that's what Tammy Abraham is supposedly pushing for. So it would make him one of the top earners at our club, which is quite strange given that if we take a look at his stats, he is 22 years old, obviously a striker, Argentinian. In the Serie A this season, 20 appearances with 11 goals, 1 assist. Champions League, 6 appearances, 5 goals. Obviously his average ratings are lovely, above 7, that's great. Yeah, in general this guy's obviously very good. Across the whole season, you know, with all the competitions, 31 appearances, 18 goals, 1 assist. So this guy is good. He's good at heading, which is quite strange because he's not very tall. I think he's maybe like 5'10", 5'11". His finishing is good, long shot's good, not so good at passing, likes to dribble, gets fouled often, likes to play long balls, and commits fouls often. So in general, this guy is good, but to be putting him like coming in as one of the top earners in our club is quite a strange one, and we're going to have to be paying around 100 million is the sort of rumoured fee. So this could be a very expensive deal for us, but obviously if he's a pretty elite level striker at 22 years old, then the room for improvement is just insane. So it's a tough one because I feel like if we get this guy, we're definitely not going for Sancho, but I do think he is pretty good, so it could be worth doing. We'll see how it pans out. He's obviously good, so if we bring him in, I'm not going to be gutted. I'm just going to be a bit, it's an iffy one because we're putting him on a high wage, which I'm assuming like Tammy and all these other guys are going to be wanting, all of our youngsters, if they see that this guy's 22 and he's earning that kind of money, and we're going to have to pay a lot in the transfer fee. So it's just a couple things to consider with that. But that is going to be the end of the video, guys. Do let me know what you guys think in the comments down below of all these deals. Don't forget to give the video a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you in the next one, guys. See ya.